want to scream too loud. I want to wake my neighbors up. It's early, but I finally achieved it. The Super Saiyan God form. Now I've been waiting to use that for a minute. So guys, so it's officially day number 7.5. I can't do my finger like that, but you know, and a half. 7.5, 7.5, right? So my fast officially ended on midnight of last night. But that was too late to be eating, so I just went ahead and went to bed. And so I'll break my fast this morning. But I wanted to make a video real quick, and I went ahead and weighed myself already, so you'll see my weight as soon as I got up this morning. I lost a couple more pounds, so you can do the math, but I will get on the scale and show you what the ending weight is before I broke my fast. So I'm looking forward to that. And so again, like I said in the last video, it's important to break your fast with, you don't want to rush in and start gobbling food. You don't want to eat your way out of this process that you just put yourself through. You spend time to, you know, cleanse your mind, your body, and your spirit, so don't just start dumping stuff back into it. Hopefully this is a way to kickstart and start you on the road to a healthier lifestyle, a healthier diet. Not saying that you can't enjoy these things. Who doesn't enjoy fries and your occasional deep fried southern goodness or whatever it is you decide to eat? But do it in moderation, and do that with in mind that, you know, you're gonna continue to work out and do these things that you need to do for yourself to stay fit and healthy. And so I'm gonna break my fast with the smoothie. I've got some fruit, I got some vitamin powder, milk, ice. Blending that thing together, it's gonna be good. So yeah, so make sure when you break your fast, you want to ease back into eating slowly. You want to slowly introduce solids back into your diet, because essentially you change how your body processes fuel for energy. So right now for me, the past week, my body's been processing the fat that I had stored in my body for energy. And now, essentially, you can go out and eat again. So it's been on its own shelter in place where it's had to eat what was stored in there. But now we're going to open up the shops. When my body uses the processed food, it can go out and go shop again and get stuff outside. So I'm going to introduce some carbohydrates back into my system. So now it's going to have to switch back over what it's been processing for fuel, right? Because I'm going to introduce some carbohydrates back into my diet. So you want to take that slow. Let your body gradually ease back into, all right, we out. You getting stuff again. You putting food back into it. So let's slowly work back into that. So depending on how long you've been fasting, and if you fasted before, slowly do that. So don't just sit down with a big plate of food and think you're going to want. You run the risk of making yourself sick. So don't do like Pac-Man, just eat everything on the board, one pellet at a time. Take it slow, it's okay. That food will be there. So for me, in closing, this has been rewarding for me, fasting, right? I can tell the clarity of mind that I've gained, the mental acuity, the increased creativity, where my mind and my thoughts seem to be a lot clearer now post-fast. And I've leaned out a lot just by not eating. And the other part of that too, because I stepped away from a lot of the stuff that continually feeds our mind and our thoughts. Not consuming media on a daily basis, not on YouTube, not watching the news. Most of it's bad anyway, all the time. Not being distracted by games, not being distracted by social media. It's really allowed me to see that I can do without these things, and really helped me to refocus my attentions and my energies to things that are more productive and things I want to be doing anyway. But these things had a grip on my attention and my mind, so it was hard to pull away and do these things I wanted to do and needed to do. One of the things I wanted to do was get back into my Bible and read more. I've been able to do that and actually enjoyed, you know, reading and going through my Bible. I'm not sitting down for hours at a time, but I was able to reintroduce something I feel is important to me and do that and start reading that. I started reading some other books I've been trying to get to. And so my goal is to continue down this path and to keep going with that. And so those are some of the benefits I've got from it, because you gotta be careful, you gotta guard all your senses, because there's so much outside around us to try to grab our attention and grab our focus, right? And we can lose sight of ourselves because we're busy looking at everything else and looking at our neighbors and everything. And so there's been a benefit not being on social media, because it tends to happen where you're looking at your neighbor, you're looking at this person, and the next person like, man, I want this. It's not about that. It's about you, right? And so the race isn't with your neighbor or the next man. The race is with yourself and your sense of achievement and what you decide to do and what you do. You know, everybody gets there, but everybody gets there in their own time. And so it's going to take you a lot longer if you're looking in the next lane and seeing what somebody else is doing, right? And so when you need to be focused on what's in front of you, you're focusing on your neighbor, what does that do? Slow you down, right? And so there's a famous picture. Michael Phelps, when he was just tearing through the Olympics, and I forget what year, but I forget what race they were doing, but he was neck and neck with somebody, right? Michael Phelps, laser focused on his goal, right? And what was the opponent doing next to him? Looking over to see how far he was and see where he was, right? And so you can just imagine that took speed, that took effort away from what he was doing, because he was focused on him instead of focusing on what he was doing. The race is going to be won whoever's going to be won by. He should have been focused as well. He maybe could have won if he'd have stayed focused on what his task was instead of worried about what Michael Phelps is doing, right? So with that, I'm saying the same thing. So with these things that are around you, just take inventory of yourself and take notice of that you're not focusing on all the stuff that's around you, and focus on your neighbor, focus on yourself, right? Because you're going to get there, but you're going to get there in your own time and what God had purpose for you to do, right? So don't worry about all this other stuff, worry about you, because it's competitive, but it's not a competition. Your job is to do the best that you can do, right? And achieve what you can achieve, period. And so with that, this fast has been good. I've enjoyed it. And yeah, so hopefully you will too. You'll be able to reap the benefits from it. Do it safely. Do your research. I put several links in the videos below, and this video will be no different. I'll put some links in there. And so with that, guys, thank you. Remember to like, give it the thumbs up, share, and write your name down and subscribe. And any questions, comments, concerns about the fast, anything, you can leave the questions below. I'll do my best to answer. And that's it. Oh, and yeah, this is 7.5. So before we break the fast, this is I'll show you guys one more time what it's looking like before we break that thing. Pow. So with that, I didn't hit y'all with the full blast, so you survived. All right, here we go. Yo, I can remember a time like, 2 weeks ago, I kind of filled this shirt out. Now it's loose, so I've leaned out a lot. But here we go. So front, day 7.5. Back, side, and other side. And back to the front. And so we're going to do the shirt off pick. So. All right, here we go. This is a shirt off pick. If you look back at day 2 to day 7.5, you should be able to tell the difference where I've lost a lot of weight. Well, not a lot, but a considerable amount. I've leaned out a lot. Some definition started coming through because I shed some of that excess weight. But this is the front. Back. The side, and other side, and back to the front. And so yes, that's it. So these are the pre-breaking of the fast pictures, day 7.5. I want to show you guys, and when I hop on the scale, you're able to see it. I lost some more weight from the half a day compared to yesterday. So go figure. Your body goes through a lot of processes when you go to sleep. So that's it. Thank you guys for coming along with the journey. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the scale. That was good, people. This is me, Jay. Hey, it's day 7.5. It's time to break that fast. I'm probably gonna break it with a smoothie. So just wanted to show you guys what my weight was before. This is gonna be the ending weight before I break the fast, begin to refuel my body and put carbohydrates and nutrients back into it. So here we go. $170.2, roughly 170. So that is a 16 pound weight reduction. Wow. So yeah, so go figure. So just wanted to show you guys that real quick. Time to make this smoothie and break the fast. Yay. All right, y'all be blessed.